All right, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Happy Friday to everybody, man. Look, how's everybody doing? This has been a week. Look, that USC is absolutely building on. We got to talk about that. We want to address that. We want to do a call-in show. We want to hear from you. How are you guys feeling about everything that's going on? You guys know we brought you several different videos all week long. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about I want to hear from you guys. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. But look, we got a unexpected. I will say for me, it's not so much as unexpected because he goes to modern day high school. I think it's inevitable that he gets a couple of visits at least. But the number one wide receiver in the country, I kind of want to talk about that. Chris Henry Jr. is going to visit USC this weekend. He wasn't on that initial list. Roy, what's up, my man? How you doing this? How you doing this evening? This afternoon, rather. Fight on. It was kind of unexpected. He was not scheduled to visit, but look, it's straight up go time with him, man. So look, let me greet everybody real quick. This is it's incredible. Everything, the buildup. I think the buildup is really saying a whole lot for where USC is going right now. I don't think people really understand. If you really could just really understand how significant of a coaching staff, how significant it is of the coaching staff that we have right now, how powerful these guys are, the experience these guys are, the expertise. It's straight up go time. So we're going to talk about that as you guys get ready to come on in. We got multiple people coming in. Jake, how you doing? Yes, we do need him. Chris Henry Jr. Joe Boy, what's up? Roger Dodger, how are you doing, man? Yes. We're going to talk about him working his magic because, look, I said it this morning on a video, and I'm going to put a link in here. Let me put that link in the chat. I said it this morning on a video that USC was able to really recruit like never before last year. The coaches did everything, and I said this before. The coaches absolutely did everything in their power to keep these guys and have these guys commit. These guys came all the way across country, all the way from the state of Georgia, made commitments. Even don't forget, you guys remember I even had Hilton Stubbs on this show. Hilton Stubbs was a guy that was committed, and he ended up flipping and going to Miami. By the way, coincidentally, he ended up going to Florida, or is it the other way around? He went to Florida and then Miami, or Miami, then to Florida. However, he decommitted from USC and end up. But the point is that we have multiple guys that were already committed, and it's weekends like this that they were able to get those commitments. Now, I believe with all my heart that these guys the situation is going to be different. And I want to invite you guys in to talk about it. I believe the situation is going to be different based on the current staff. I think we got more now to stick 'em power to hold these guys. So let's talk about it as you guys come in. I'm going to put the link. Let's talk about it. We got the first one up. Big dog. Leon, what's the word?
Oh, man, Jay, the future's so bright. It's so bright, man.
Man, what you got on there, man?
Oh, this some John Paul Gaultier's. I think I had these on before, but these got the little joints on the side. It's the future's so bright. I need the light. It's blacked out. You know what I
mean? Hey, they look good, man. I like them, man. Where you get those from?
Up in Philly at West Coast Optical.
They got all that stuff, huh? Let me ask you, do you wear prescription or what?
Nah, contacts.
Well, see, yeah, mine are prescription. Well, my Tom Fords are prescription. I got a couple pair of Tom. Both of these are Tom Fords right here. I'll show you these. These are. Oh, I got the camera up here. These are my clear ones right there, and then them are my other ones. But anyway, man, What's the word, man?
Hey, Jay, man, I'm sitting here looking at what Jen Cohen and Lincoln Riley are doing with the defensive staff, with the recruiting department, with the GM, and I'm just like, yo, we about to do something real fantastic, man. It might take a year, but Saban was right. When USC gets everything right, the rest of college football is in trouble, man.
Hey, let me ask you about that real quick, because somebody just sent me that, and I searched online. I didn't see. Is that real or is it fake?
I don't know. I don't care if it's fake or not. It sounds facts to me.
Yeah, it does. No, for real. I mean, like you know, if it's factual or not, man, what we're doing right now, I think, man, like, I don't think people really understand like what is really happening right now. Like, they really pulled out everything that you could possibly pull out to get the best possible coaching staff. It's like, it's almost like, and this is the way I feel. It's almost like Jen Cohen, because I believe that she's the orchestrator of all this right now. I really believe that. I believe that she said, you know what? There's no limit right now. Take the limits off. We about to really get it on and popping, and we about to really move and groove, because right now, the state of this program has got to be better than the state it's in right now. And so I think, man, look, she said, look, we're taking the gloves off, man, and we're going to hire the best possible staff as possible. Like, nobody can tell me another college football team right now. You know, someone going to argue Georgia, but we can just go by position coach, even looking at Reed. I'm starting to hear more stuff about Reed. I kind of knew about him, but now I'm starting to like really know about him. Like, the accolades is really coming up. Like, it's unbelievable, man. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And if you take a step back, if you remember when Lincoln Riley first got here, I think he might have been promised a little bit of stuff that he didn't get, whether it was
right,
the amount of money he get for the NIL, amount of staffing and support staff that he deserved to have. And then, because I think they were waiting for the NCAA to get the ducks in a row. And after a while, they're not getting their ducks in a row and everything else is happening. Jen Cohen said, you know what? We're just going to open the purse up. We're going to do what we got to do. And now we see the fruits of that labor. But as it pertains to Reed, I've been digging into him. He liked that, man. I think also the fact that he's young and he can relate to the younger players and the kids know him and know who he is. The same thing with, with Chad Savage and some of the guys we got on the staff. I mean, USC, man, we looking real good, bro. We looking real good.
No, we looking good. And hey, Brian, tap in, man. Hey, speaking of the age, I think that's the common theme here right now. The theme is that all of these guys, whether it's Chad Bowden, whether it's Reed, every guy seems to be like a guy. Even Doug Bell, he's not Doug Bell. He may be in his late 30s, but most of these guys are relatable enough to where they know the swag. They know how to relate. Like, we can't be having no throwback type of situation going on, trying to recruit kids, man. And you kind of gotta know what the generation is about. You kind of gotta know what the generation is doing in order to win these guys, in order to be successful. So look, man, yeah, I totally agree with you, man.
Especially if you look at the staff, like you said, Bowden, Zaire, Dre London, what's her name? Fan,
Turner.
Yeah, like
Turner.
All the people.
Yeah,
all the people on the staff are very, very young, so they're going to be able to relate to the players. Yo, what's up, Brian?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Brian, what you got, man? What's the word? What you think, man? I've been lost in the sauce. You guys know I work all week long, but I want to hear from you guys. I want to know from everybody, the fan base. Check the temperature of the fan base. How's the fan base feeling about what we got going right now?
Man, I've been waiting on them to make moves like this for the longest. If you look around the landscape, the teams that's been winning, man, they've had that support staff. We just haven't had that, and you're right. Lincoln Riley been trying to balance all of it. And I think, he does like being in control to a certain extent, but, it's been proven he can't handle it all. And I think it's been taken away from, him being able to do what he was hired to do. And that's to coach the football team, especially to, put that product on the field as far as from a offensive perspective, excuse me. Now, as far as the defense, they're taking it to another level, man. I'm eager to see, what's going to happen come the spring game and start. But if this staff is being put in place just in time, to hit that spring window, the sky's the limit. And I'm just waiting to see, what other dominoes are going to fall behind this.
Man, no doubt, no doubt. What's your thoughts, Leon?
I absolutely agree. I mean, I actually think that we might even get a different type of spring game. With Rob Ryan being on the staff. Tell Lynn and Riley, like, look, all this patty stuff that we doing. We need to actually have if we're gonna have a mindset of a more physical team, it starts whenever we have the pads on. And that little kitty patty stuff that we doing in the spring game, it needs to be a little bit more live. You know what I'm
saying? Not only that, to your point, I think we're gonna start getting different looks for our quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Like Jaden
I don't think they're gonna put too many, complex packages together because they don't want to show their hand. But with the type of staff that they're hiring, like I said, especially on the defensive side, the NFL expertise that's coming in. When you hire a coach like Rob Ryan to come in and coach the linebackers, that speaks volumes. So from a recruiting standpoint as well, it's gonna be kind of hard to beat USC staff now. The only thing we got to do is get the players in to match, the type of staff that we have. And if we can get the players in through the portal, of course, there's going to be some attrition, you're going to lose some players now. And like I said before, don't get too attached to these players because college football has adopted the NFL model. So, as far as you buying jerseys because you like these kids and expect to see them stick around 3-4 years, that may not always be the case.
Yeah.
So, but you want to make sure that, we're putting the product on the field. That way we can continue to get those recruits. And if we can get the recruits in to build up on that defensive side, like a Georgia or like a Alabama or like a, Ohio State, like my man was saying, Leon was saying, look out, man. The rest of college football is going to be in trouble. And I think they know that. I think the rest of college football know that. We just had to get our stuff in order, man. For some reason, it took
Brian. Brian, I know you remember this like 2.5 years ago. I addressed this. I said, I talked about whether it was the Boulevard, then it was stayed out. And I addressed this and I said, look, this thing is not up to par. I recognized it then. And it's crazy and ironic that we had to move and go all the way now, to House of Victory, which seems to be the designated, collective to really get this thing moving and grooving. Couple that with the nice hiring of a guy like Chad Bowman. But now I think, like opposed to last year, all these guys came, Justice Terry, Isaiah Gibson. I think these guys, whoever we get commit, because when we get these guys, they come and they commit. I think it's going to stick.
Well, we've been slow about it, but I think it may have come at a perfect time. You've seen the best of what everybody else has had to offer from Georgia, from Alabama, from Ohio State, from Oregon, and we withstood it. No one still has won a college football championship from the West Coast outside of USC.
Yeah.
So they were given an advantage, all of the advantages in the world. So the only thing we got to do is just step back into it and take our rightful place at the top. And once we control the West Coast again, I think we can pretty much write our own ticket with regards to, the revenue sharing, what we want or what we expect in this conference and the favorable schedules. If you notice that we had some Friday night games this past season, or we had some late games on the East Coast, they don't do those top tier teams like that. You don't see Alabama playing on Friday night at 9 o'clock. You don't see Ohio State playing. But I think that'll come back to us, and we'll get those more favorable schedules once we get back on top again. So we got to get back on top again.
Well, we on our way, man. If you guys got some time, you guys can hold tight.
Most definitely.
I'm gonna pick up some of these calls real quick.
Ahead.
Okay.
Aaron, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. Hey,
what's the word?
Hey, look. I grew up in West Virginia. Let me tell you something. Watching Chris Henry's dad play ball.
Oh my God!
Dude, if we can get this kid, I don't care which star system you put on him. The dude, well, one, he looks exactly like his father, but two, like his movements, his speed, like I'm telling you, like that kid, like we got to get that guy. That's like one of those dudes on offense. Like it's not like Zach. It's not like Deuce, like
no, he's next level. He's next level.
He's different. Like it's like Makai if he was taller and faster. That's what Chris Henry Jr. is like.
No, he's a beast, man. I remember his dad very well. I think he played with. Did he play with Pat White?
Yeah, Pat White, Steve. Coach Schmidt, man. One game away from the Natty. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, man. That was it Rodriguez? Wasn't he the coach?
Yeah, he's back there now. They just rehired him, but like seeing stuff like that, because especially with modern day kids and especially Mark I heard Mark Bowman's not coming this weekend anymore, but especially with modern day kids getting back in there with that'll be a tough sell.
Yeah.
But especially with Ohio State having those running receivers that were. But the fact that we're getting these dudes on campus is great. Cali kids. He's not. I mean, he technically is a Cali kid because Pac-Man Jones like raised him up and stuff like that. But he's not. There's no like place where he's gonna go and be like, I'm going here because this is my home and stuff like that. Like he's pretty well versed in it. Like Pac-Man's not gonna lead him down the wrong path and stuff like that. But
well, I think he moved from Ohio like the year before, if I'm not mistaken. He was in. I think he was in Ohio.
This is gonna be his second year at Mater Dei, I think. Yeah, because he played there. But so he knows the area now and stuff like that. But we got to get back in there. I love seeing that. I just love seeing all the Cali kids. I like seeing all the. So I'm a huge Tobias Raymond fan. So like when I see the 6'5" to 6'7", 250 offensive linemen that we're bringing in on the weekend, like that's where I'm like, look at Tyron Smith. Like it seems like every single great USC like lineman, they were slight of weight when they first come in, and then they were just dogs by the time they're juniors and seniors. Like I expect the same thing out of Tobias. Like I know everybody's talking about a line, but I honestly don't know why the staff didn't have him starting this year. If you look at the Michigan game, but he was playing better than Elijah Page at left tackle than Elijah Page did that game. So it's just
him and Justin Tawanua, both of those guys, they like I think surprised a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't, especially with Tobias, I wasn't too surprised. I'm more of a let him grow kind of guy, especially when it comes to offensive and defensive line. It's big man trenches. Like I don't care what kind of 5-star you are. When you go against dudes, especially in this age of college football, when you're playing against defensive linemen who are now like 25 and 26 years old, and you're walking on and you're 18 years old, you're gonna get put in the dirt. Like it's gonna happen every once in a while. So, but Tobias, I'm a firm believer of this. That 2023 offensive line, when they are seniors, to be honest, it's probably going to be some more growing pains with them this year. But when they're seniors and those dudes behind them, if we get them, and this is the big thing with Chad Bowen, retention. Like seeing Amos Talalele go away and Emmanuel Prignon.
Right.
Like if Amos would have, I wouldn't even gone after a portal left guard if we had Amos Talalele back in there. Like I would have just stuck with him, just stuck with our 2023 class and just ride it out. Because that's especially with you don't have the depth that Riley did. Riley had a bunch of good seniors in Jonah Monheim. That's all he had. And then nobody else behind him. Mason Murphy, he was you saw what he was. We probably lost like 3 games directly because he whiffed on a block, at the end of the game. I'm gonna tell you this, and I'll let you go after this, but to your point about roster retention, I got a text from one of the players' parents. I'm not gonna say the name, that left. He went to a pretty decent school, and he named out everybody you just named. He named out Amos Talalele. He named out what's the one, Tololo, that went to Arizona. He named out all these guys, and he said if things would have been in order, he said none of them guys. He said I can guarantee you those guys. He said so now he was actually complimenting. He sees the moves that's being made. He actually complimented and said, "Look, man," he said we wouldn't even be left. And so I think now that they recognize it, it's like, roster retention is a big thing, and I think Notre Dame that's part of the developmental aspect of football. We call it roster retention, prevent guys from hitting the portal, but that's part of the old way is keeping those guys there so they can develop. So I totally agree. Look at all the teams in the national championship over the last 2 years. You got Washington senior-lated, star-studded across the board. You got obviously Michigan 4 years sitting there building up that roster, beating up Ohio State doing the same exact thing. They had a $20 million roster, but 90% of the $20 million was going to dudes that have been on their team for 4 years. So keeping dudes there for 4 years is going to be the thing there, and especially in the trenches, that's where it's going to be most common. This is USC. We can pull quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, corners, like they're a dime a dozen. But when it comes to the trenches, that's where we need to focus because those are the teams winning the national championships.
Absolutely.
Right.
Well, look, man, I definitely appreciate you taking out the time, man, and you always welcome over here, man.
All right, fight on.
I appreciate you, man. Hey, fight on.
Hey, Jay, I got a question for you. Jay.
Oh, I'm listening. Yeah, go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah, the question I have for you was, like, the parent that you spoke to and the players that he named, a couple of those guys was freshmen. What happened to being a little bit more patient with the?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Together.
But that's what I'm saying. Roster retention, like, it's. I don't. If you okay, let me say this. One of them, I don't even want to say the school. One of them I heard got about $400,000. Yeah. Okay. So all that other stuff don't matter.
Right.
Yeah. All that other stuff is out the window.
Yeah, because that money talk.
Yeah. I mean, that for a freshman
talk.
I mean, and I'm not gonna say which player, but yeah. And one parent specifically told me, he said, Jay, USC is finally getting it together. They're finally doing it. He just texted me this week.
Mm-hmm.
He just texted me.
Let me ask you a question, Jay. You said that what's his name, Chris Henry Jr. He's on a visit this weekend.
No, that's what. Yeah. That's he will be at USC this weekend. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
I just read Scott Schrader said he ain't coming now.
Whoa, hold on. Tom Lloyd.
Yeah, Tom Lloyd posted like 6 hours ago, and then I just think
2 hours. I thought it was 2 hours ago.
Let me go back and check again.
Let's see. He just let me know that he's headed to USC this weekend. He's still firmly committed to Ohio State. He recently visited Oregon, who is currently second in race. Yeah. So where'd you see that, Scott Schrader? I didn't see that. That must have just it must have just happened.
On wearesc.com.
It just happened?
Let me see. Let me go back to the last page. It says they're asking if Chris is showing up, and he said not sure if Chris has any interest or not, but my guess is not much.
But he's still coming though, right?
This was at 6:59 p.m. Eastern time. About almost an hour ago. So
he said, okay. I just saw where Tom Lloyd, I don't know how long ago that was. It was, I think it was 2 hours ago. But anyway, if he does come, and I think he's still coming, but I'm not sure. I mean, because that may be, that may be updated. But from what I just read before I came on, he's supposed to be coming. But that's not, to me, that's not a big surprise. That wouldn't be unexpected because of the fact that he goes to Modern Day. And I think, let the whole season play out. I think we have a good season next year. I think, he won't be a guy you can't sign anyway until December. So he'll be a guy that can actually, we can flip over, man, provided we have a phenomenal season.
Yeah. And Makai and Jacoby have real good seasons as well, which they should.
Yeah.
I expect them. I expect those two to have a solid season. As long as our running game is together, that way they can't zero in and what you call umbrella cover both of them, or at least one of them, like they did. Who was that? Did that Notre Dame? Or was it Notre Dame did that to Ohio State player? The receiver. Who was it? To the freshman.
Smith.
Who did that to him? No, it was Texas that did it to him. Texas did that to him. So, but, if you have a good running game, eating up the clock, in a situation like that, you pretty much got to pick your poison. Now, I would much rather you pass the ball down the field than to beat up my linebackers, and then they get to the fourth quarter, they can't stop a nosebleed. So, as long as we got that running game to complement the passing game, I don't see anybody stopping those two receivers. I think we got the best duo in college football.
No, that's no doubt. The most underrated duo as well.
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
Most definitely. Let me take this real quick. Stephon, how you doing, man?
I can't complain. What's going on with you, big dog?
Oh man, we just talked about it, man. We expected some big things this weekend.
What's going on?
Oh man, I hope so, man. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. What are we looking like? For some commits?
Man, I mean, they don't officially start to visit. Well, they're coming in today, but we'll start probably hearing some rumbles coming out tomorrow, man. But they probably go, they're getting their host right now. The host is probably getting a hold of them. They probably moving and grooving, going out to eat, that whole thing. So they just getting it popping. But I'm expecting some commitments to come out. And like I said to these guys before you came on, every time we have a junior day, every time we have, the thing that Annie Henson put together, the big time crawfish bass, we always come out successful, get to commit.
Right.
However, the problem is able to keep that commitment. That's where we come in at. And I think now that we got this new change of regime, I believe things are going to be moving and grooving different. You remember we talked about Justice Terry, Isaiah Gibson, some of the reasons why they decommitted after they committed. They wanted to be here. Henny did what he had to do, but can we, it's another piece to this. We can't miss that. We can't miss that.
Yeah, I've seen the new pieces that we brought in and the people from Notre Dame, man, and it looked promising, man. I hope Lincoln Riley and the whole coaching staff can get this stuff, man, where we can keep these kids, like you were saying, because we had a lot of decommits, man, and I don't know if they was discouraged because of NIL or whatever it was that made them decommit. Because them two big boys up front, man, they would have been a big help. Isaiah, Terry and the other kid from Georgia, so like stuff like that, man, we can't miss out. We can't miss on that type of stuff. We need them type of boys.
I think lack of understanding of what the new reality is of college football on behalf of some of those who were involved with it, that caused us to lose those guys. You guys remember I literally had Hilton Stubbs on this show interviewing him. He talked about how he loved USC. Like he was just thrilled about it. Next thing I know, he decommitted. I'm like, really?
Right.
Yeah. And so, hey, man, it's another piece, man. And I think now we got the right kind of staff to really understand that. As to Leon, I think it was Leon. No, the other guy that was just on here, he talked about roster retention. So I think we're going to be straight.
Yeah, we just got to get that love sauce on them, man, and we got to, bring them on home, like you say all the time. Get them lost in the love sauce, man, and hopefully, like you said, we can tie it down. Because right now we on a 2026 class, right? Not 2025. 2025 is closed.
No, well, we got one player who's projected to come to us. He's crystal ball right now. AJ Tuatelli. He's from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why that name sounds so familiar? That sounds like an Oregon player, AJ Tuatelli. Is that his family member or something? That name don't sound familiar to you?
It does sound familiar. Every time I say that name, it sounds familiar. I don't know.
I think that was a quarterback at Oregon or something, wasn't it?
No, you're talking about Jeremiah Maselli.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You talking about Jeremiah Maselli. That little he was kind of short, but he was fast, man.
Right. He was decent. He was nice.
Yeah.
Hey, but guys, man, if we can get it, man, we gonna be all right. I feel like USC going in the right direction, and then the staff they bringing in like that lady that you said that they not really so much. What is it? Not Rex Ryan, but is it Rob Ryan? He's not really gonna have to do. He's not really gonna have to do too much recruiting because we bringing the people in to kind of do it. You know what I mean? So I think it'll help a lot. I really do.
No, I feel you, man. I feel you, fellas. You guys have anything you want to say on that?
Man, I totally agree. I'm just waiting to hear some names get flipped. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's about to, it's coming, man. I'm about to look. I got my pen ready. I got everything ready to get it popping because look, I'm about to get on record mode. Straight up.
you know who I would love to see get picked? Vance Spafford, whatever. Spafford, yeah, that's his name.
Yeah. I think I talked about
him. Is that the receiver or something like that? What you got the receiver? Right?
Oh my God! You know what? Somebody just shout out to my guy USC Priority, AJ Tuatelli, Oregon safety. Wait a minute, is he?
That name sounds too familiar, man.
Yeah, I mean that is his exact name, AJ Tuatelli. Is that
AJ Tuatelli?
Is that his family member? That got to be.
That's what I'm like thinking. Right.
Yeah, that name sounds very familiar. I thought you were talking about Jeremiah Maselli, but yeah, that's his name. AJ, he was an Oregon safety.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That is where I heard that from Oregon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He just sent it to me. I know you over there Googling, man, real quick. I can't do that right now. I'm on live, but it's all good. I appreciate the info, big dog.
Man.
USCJ, he got his staff together too. He got people Googling in the background.
Yeah, he
right.
Hey, there, man, that's my partner, man. He be looking out, man. He be looking out for me. But yeah, man. So anything else, man? What else you got, man? What else you expecting?
I just hope, like you said, we can bring it home, man. I like what USC doing right now, man. If we could like you were saying, like we could lock down the West Coast because they coming in and picking what they want to take from us. And that kid that y'all was talking about earlier, I believe his name, Chris Henry's son.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't really hear too much from him this year from out of there. It sounded like he went quiet. Like the first couple games I saw him, he did like he was doing his thing. But did he get hurt or what happened with him?
I don't know, man. But I mean, the times I saw him, he looked like he was okay. He was doing his thing. He had nice little jump balls, and he's not gonna be a Mekhi Lemon type guy. He's gonna be more of a Jacoby Lang type guy. But
he's class of 2026.
Yeah, he's class of 2026.
Yeah, we gotta snatch him up
during the season.
Yeah.
I think he did get hurt during the season.
Yeah, I don't even remember what happened. But I did know he started off good. I mean, he was up there snagging balls, man. He looked like he was doing his thing.
So what do you feel like we need right now, though, coming into like next year? Like, what do you feel like we still need some? Or are we missing some key players like that we need?
From
the linebacker room.
You talking about from the we've been and I've been talking about the Washington State linebacker and different guys, man. That's if it's any position, it'd be the linebacker spot, man. Honestly, I think we're good at D tackle. I think we're good at safety. We may need one corner. Now, here's the thing with that guy Reed. And let me invite Christian in real quick. We got 5 going on, but Christian, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
What's going on, big dog?
What's going on?
I see them. I think you ain't got to tell me. I see them sunglasses on, so I already know what this is about.
Hey, listen, man. Hey, it's going down, Christian. But look, here's the thing, real quick. With that guy Reed that just came, he was he a phenomenal cornerback coach. Of course, you guys know Chase. I cannot remember that guy's name. Chase that decommitted from us. And then he went to SMU.
Johnson.
Chase Johnson. Yeah, and then he went back to Central Florida. It's a possibility, man, that we can get that guy. I mean, I can definitely see that happening. And if that happens, because man, look, let's just keep it 100. That dude it's a phenomenal take, man. He's a very physical corner. I think he still has 3 years left. I think he was a true freshman last year. That dude balled out. So
did we get a kid from Rancho Cucamonga that committed out of 2026?
Yeah, he's the number one. But that's
2026.
Yeah, that's 2026 though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so we locked him up.
Yeah. We got him. He's committed, but that's 2026. But I thought you were referring to the current roster, like going into the spring.
So we down. So we lost what? I know you said. I seen Woody Marks, and I seen what is the other kid? Number 2, he at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, Jalen Smith.
Lost him. Jalen Smith, and then Elijah Pace, Jonah
Mannheim. He's there. Of course, the transfer portal. We lost Elijah Hughes, Amos Talele.
Okay.
Yeah. We lost.
So we a little thin.
Mason Murphy. Well, we got the guys. We got the guys that came from the transfer portal. We got the Syracuse guy that came, the big time center. We got the one from Purdue. So we got a couple of guys, man.
Right. 2 defensive linemen.
Yeah. And we got some defensive linemen as well. Kentucky, Kajon Silver. And
we brought in a corner that's pretty locked down for
Harvey. DJ Harvey.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean,
we brought in a safety too. Then we bring in a safety too.
A safety from North Carolina State.
The number one, he was actually the number 1 transfer portal safety in the transfer portal, from my understanding. So you talking about him and Kamari Ramsey sitting there next to each other, man? That's. I mean, come on, that might be the best. I'm not trying to pencil nobody in, but man, I don't see how you keep him off the field. Him and Kamari Ramsey, man. You talk about anytime you have a PFF grade over 73, man, you straight.
I'll say this. I'll say this: if Eric Gentry don't go in that first and second round next year, man, it's a travesty because that dude right there is a playmaker, man. He go in there and stick his nose in the stuff. He's a baller, man. And I really want. I thought he was coming out this year, but I guess he got hurt. So he red shirt and used his injury red shirt.
Yeah, he redshirted. Yep.
Yeah. So I would love to have him. I would love to have him on my team. I'm sorry.
Only thing with Gentry in the NFL is going to be what's his ability to put him some weight.
He gonna have to put some weight on.
It's gonna be hard to play linebacker at the MSN.
They gonna move him to that DN. I feel like he's fast enough. They gonna put him at some corners. Watch.
Well, he still need weight for that. I mean, he probably
most likely, depending on his speed, that he would have to move to a safety.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing, man. I'm not sure how the speed is for that safety spot, because you got to be able to have some type of coverage ability, but
you got to have range, yeah.
Yeah. I think he could pick up the weight, man. If he could somehow get to 225, I think he'll be straight. They can work with that. I think
he got a high metabolism, man. You could tell,
big time.
You can tell, He has a problem. Gentry, unfortunately, has a problem with staying healthy. I think 2 years ago was his ankle. Last year it was concussion. So he get dinged up, by being so thin, So
right.
I can see him moving to maybe a third down rush in once he gets to the league. But as far as safety, I don't see him playing.
No, he's not. I don't think he's a safety. I think he'll still play the linebacker. The thing about Eric Gentry is he literally sacrifices his body. I mean, he plays the position the way you want everybody to play the position. But
exactly.
I'm not sleeping on Eric Gentry. I mean, on Desmond Stevens either, man. I think what we saw him do in the Penn State game. Come on, man. That guy is a heck of a player, man. And Elijah Newby, I think he has a lot of potential too, man.
If Deion Sanders can get Shador Sanders, Shallow Sanders drafted, then I don't know why we can't, because that dude he a 6-year senior. So
check this out. We don't know if Shiloh gonna get because what's happening down there at that Senior Bowl right now.
He kind of balled a little bit.
No, that man is getting ate up.
Trash.
Was he? I seen a little bit of it. I didn't get to see all of it.
I'm saying just all week. The practices at the Senior Bowl are more important than the game.
Yeah, right. He might go 7 rounds. He might go 6 or 7 rounds.
Yeah, he was having a hard time out there, boy. Them wide receivers eating him up. Out there.
Yeah,
they said he slipped. They said Shador he slipped to the second pick overall behind Cam Ward, and so we gonna see how that go. But the politics.
Actually, I just saw where Jackson Dart was supposed to be moving. On.
They loving Dart. Yeah, they loving Dart.
Is they?
Yeah, Big J. What's the word? Hold on, Jay Walker. Big J.
Jay Walker.
I thought you was lost in the sauce for a minute, man.
Well, I was.
Where you about to be? I know. Are you about to be?
We got a full panel on here.
Nah, y'all ain't gonna have me out here looking crazy. All right, man.
Big Jay, you coming on, man? You hadn't had an opportunity really to voice your opinion on the new coaching staff, all the moves that's been taking place, man. What's your thoughts piecing this thing together?
So you guys know I'm a hopeless optimist, right? You guys know that. But beyond being optimistic, I'm also extremely realistic and very critical behind closed doors. I am extra critical of what's going on with the program because I feel as though the management of our program is like intrinsically connected with my life force, my life energy. And right now I feel very full of vitality because they are breathing life into this program in a way that I have never seen. And I was a part of a pretty great tenure. So when I say that, I'm speaking of breaking barriers in the coaching staff, in the administrative staff. Guys, for us to see the level of diversity with the specific and various levels of skill sets that are all coming together with relation to how this culture of football in college football is supposed to be played and supposed to be managed. USC right now, I keep hearing people say they're hitting home runs. It's so far beyond that.
Hey, well, Big J, while you on that, compare it to your coaching staff, like how you guys had Norm Chow, you guys had all the big heavy hitters, man. How do you compare it to that from what you see? We haven't seen them get on the field yet, but like, what's your thoughts on that?
In terms of leadership, the level of acumen, all of these, I'm just going to speak on the defensive side of the ball for now. In terms of leadership, with the acumen that all these professionals have, if they can find a way to keep the egos tamed, that's it. That's the only thing I'm going to say. If they can find a way to keep the egos tamed and create one unified voice, which is what Coach Carroll could do with all those bold and aggressive and dynamic personalities, he was able to get us to think cardinal and gold. That's it. One philosophy. And I'm hoping that Lincoln has that ability to be that type of a voice, you know, to make sure everybody just puts their skill sets together cohesively. Because if we do, with all the various levels of experience, ages, regional representation, ethnic orientation, different players that they've worked with, different dynamics from the college ranks to junior college ranks to professional to high school, all of it is well accounted for within this defensive staff, including Super Bowl rings. I mean, think about this.
That's wild.
Think about this. All of these NFL coaches who also have NFL playing experience now teaching our young men the framework by which and the steps that they need to walk into to get to that level. That's the greatest level of recruitment you could ever ask for. Are tried and true people who have lived the process, who also have coached the process, and who are still young enough to be relevant within what the expectations are at the league, in the league. That's what Coach Carroll brought. When he brought his staff in, he brought a mixture of a bunch of guys who had NFL experience, collegiate experience, but then also some young guys, because I played when Sark wasn't Sark. Y'all didn't know him as Sark. I played when Kiff was just, you know, Monty Kiffin's son. And we knew that those guys had genius level in them. They were just young, just like I think these younger coaches are. They have genius level aptitude. They're just young. We just got to make sure that they age up and are cultivating the right type of spirit. But I don't think that there's a greater defensive assembly, period. It's literally, we just assembled the X-Men or the Avengers.
Yeah.
Great.
I don't think I could have said it any better, man. So how much do you think that'll play into recruitment now, you know, as far as how successful we'll be? Everything.
Especially because here's the thing. In this generation, you can't just have masculine energy all the time. I'm telling you, you can't, especially particularly with this narrative of, like, you know, the boys club and even so far as toxic masculinity, or these terms that you hear so frequently used around. So to have more of I think a feminine presence that's actually going to be active and can speak to the heart of the mothers and the grandmothers and the aunties and the little sisters and the older sisters who are taking care of their brothers, who are sending them off to USC. This woman who's coming in is Zaire, right?
Yeah, Zaire Turner. Absolutely.
Yeah, I believe, and if you listen to how she talks, and if you listen to anything about her background, is she gets it.
Right.
Well, you know, I'm gonna tell you what I like. I love what Chad Bowden is doing. I love his vision so far. I love his mindset. But what I like, that the fact that they dispatched her while they were in the college football playoff, they literally dispatched her to in-house visits. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a woman go to in-house visits like that and represent the university. To your point, to what you're saying, I think that's going to open up to a whole new level of college football recruiting and be able to be relatable, man. I totally agree. Fellas, you guys have anything you want to say about that?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's why we watch this show, because I ain't even thought about that, because a lot of these players. No, I'm just saying that's why we watch Jay. That's why we watch Jay Walk. A lot of these players is, you're not even recruiting a father. A lot of them have single mothers. Yeah, right. And for a woman to be able to go in there and because I know my mama, you know, said, well, my baby gonna be all right. Promise
My
you gonna
baby
take
gonna
care
be
of
all
my baby.
right.
I go,
Yeah.
right. You go eat right, and for someone to be able to connect with the mother, that single mother, man, that's why we watch the show.
Yeah.
That's why we offer.
No,
And all you
great,
got,
J-Walk,
well,
great. Man, that's a really, you brought that out. I didn't even think of that prior to this, man. That's a great point.
all you gotta do is follow Mama K and Marx's mom on Twitter,
Yeah.
and you can
Yeah.
That's
tell
it.
how important
Yep.
they are to their sons' lives. And Jay Walk is right, man. Like I'm sitting here looking at her, and I'm like, this is the first time I ever heard of a woman being assigned a role to make sure that they're out there on the recruiting trail and taking care of the recruits or the people they want to bring into the team and stuff like that. So that's big time right there.
That's it, man. It's just y'all gonna catch my drift. It's just a little bit of extra, throw some seasoning on that chicken. That's all that is.
Absolutely.
That's all it is.
Absolutely. Hey, that's a stamp of approval right there. You couple that.
We all like chicken, but we like it a little better with some laveries on it.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Hey, for real. B, you had anything? You got anybody else had anything they want to say on that?
I agree, 100%, man. Like I said, it looks like they're heading in the right direction, and it starts with that staff, front office staff, getting the GM in place, getting the support staff in place. That's what it starts out. Like I said earlier, if you look at the top programs that's been in the playoffs since their existence, their front office is together. So you start from there and you build outward. So
Absolutely.
we've been looking at it wrong. We've been just, trying to chip away at the exterior. It's like we fight, one arm behind our back. Now that we got this together, now we in the game now. That's all it took. And I don't know if that quote that Saban made, was accurate. Or, I mean, not accurate, but was legitimate. I don't know if it came from him, but I don't think the rest of college football is ready for USC to get their act together. I don't think we're ready for it.
I totally agree. Man, it's like we've been going into a gunfight, not with a knife, but with a toothbrush. Literally.
Right.
I mean, like literally. And
Seriously.
it make no sense. And now we to a point
It
to
was
where
frustrating.
Now we to a point to where we can try to move and groove. I don't think we're gonna have to be worried like we did last year with Justice Terry and Isaiah Gibson. I think these guys, whoever commits tomorrow, this weekend, moving forward, I think these guys are gonna stick based on the personnel that we brought in for the administration support staff. Jay, you had anything else you want to say on that?
Man, here I'm gonna pop out with this because I'm gonna take my daughter has a football game tonight. Pray for us, y'all. We win 2 more games. We taking rings home. So
most definitely
pray for us tonight.
Absolutely.
I do just want to say this. There's a level of authenticity about this show, Jay, and these conversations that you're having that most certainly transcends sports. It transcends USC as a program. I mean, it's the platform that we use to bring this fellowship together. But for all of you parents and all of you potential student athletes who want to come to SC, who are entertaining the thoughts of coming to SC, who are at SC, like, you guys don't even know how much we love you.
Absolutely.
You don't know how much we care.
Hey, let me say this real quick.
Yeah.
Me and Jaywalk, for those who don't know, it goes beyond football. We talk about life, away from this thing. And I can tell you, like, Jaywalk, like, he talks about me, but he is authentic as they could be. He's serious as they could be. And when he says they care, we really talk about this, man. But everybody doesn't see. It's not about the clicks here. Jaywalk makes money. I make money away from this. It ain't even about that. It's all about the love. That straight up, and that's what it is.
Absolutely
right.
So for all of you newly appointed administrative directors from the top down, if you happen to stumble across this, if someone puts it across your feed in social media, if someone coins you to check in on USCJ, and just look at the kind of the diverse group of people we're praying for you. We're praying for you.
Right.
I'm not gonna name everybody, but you guys know who you are, who are now wearing the Trojan shield. We believe in you. We stand with you. We support you, and we salute you. And if no one ever told you guys, and I'm speaking directly to all of the new folks who are in the body of USC, there's a reason why now you wear cardinal and gold. And I'm gonna remind you right now, the cardinal represents the blood, the family that we are together. It's the bloodline that we share with one another. And forever, I don't care if you're here for 2 minutes or 20 years, you will always be a Trojan the moment you put that shield on. And also, we wear that cardinal, so if we ever get wounded in battle, on the battlefield, you will never see us bleed. You will have no idea that we're hurt. And we've been down, we've been hurt, but we've never shown that weakness or expressed that weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And we wear gold because that is what we all pursue. That is what we all are championing after. So collectively, let's continue to never show that pain, never back down and surrender, because you know we have the unity of brotherhood and family as we go and pursue our gold and the goals that we have to broadcast brighter futures for these young people and the body of the Trojan family. So I say to you all, welcome to the Trojan family. And for those of you coaches who stayed and stuck with us, you know who you are. I love you. I'm proud of you. I can't wait to shake your hand in person, give you a hug, and say thank you for choosing us. Thank you for bringing your talent to our university and our young people, and fight on.
Absolutely. Big J, fight on, and we'll get together the next couple of days.
J-Walk.
Yes, sir.
J-Walk.
Yes, sir.
Before you left, before you leave, I just want to tell you, a buddy of mine, not too long left. He came to USC the year after you, but he wanted me to tell you what's up. He spoke to a testament of what a nice guy you are from his vision on recruitmentship the year before. I don't know if you remember Broderick Green.
Say that one more time.
Broderick Green, running back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he wanted me to tell you.
He was out of Arkansas, wasn't he? Wasn't he out of Arkansas?
Yeah. He's a buddy of ours.
Outstanding.
He's just not long too left from the house. But he definitely wanted me to tell you what's up, and he definitely speak to me, the testament of when he came up to the visit, how everything was and how you treated him. So,
well, I love that. I must have didn't do that great of a job. He didn't commit.
Nah, he did.
Oh,
you don't remember Broderick Green that with the SC J-Walk?
Yeah, he was the running back after you.
Why am I here?
Number 20. He wore number 29. He's a big running back. He
you said Roderick Green?
No, Broderick
with a B.
Broderick.
Yeah.
Big Brod.
Yeah.
See, I didn't call him Broderick. That's why. Brod.
Hey, matter of fact, we got to get him on the show, Christian. I think you reached out, but we'll talk about it.
Y'all talking about some Broderick. I ain't call that man Broderick. That's Broad. Yo, okay, there we go. Right on, man. Hey, brother, let's link up, man. I bet you still swole. Big old self.
Yeah, he coaching in Kansas right now. So that's where he just got married 2 years ago.
We're gonna get Jay Wyatt on the call too. We're gonna get Justin Wyatt on here as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, I love you guys, but we gotta go win.
All right, fam. Yeah. All right, Big J. Hey, tell the daughter to represent, man.
I will, man. She run like the wind, man. All right,
absolutely. All right, fam. All right, fight on. So fellas, man, we've been on here 53 minutes. So what's the conclusion to the matter, man, as it relates to this weekend? How you guys think this thing could end up, man? I feel good, man. Jay really put a cap on the bottle, man. Like really sealed the deal as far as man, like he said, he brought it out with the young lady now, Miss Turner, that's getting ready to be involved with this recruiting. This is a whole nother, like, let's talk about too. Is it a Jen Cohen thing or is it a Lincoln Riley thing? I personally think it's a Jen Cohen thing. I think she really assembled this thing together.
I think it's Jen.
Yeah.
I think it's both.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's both.
At this point, they putting their money where their mouth is. So
yeah.
I think they promised Lincoln Riley stuff that he wasn't given at the beginning, and now they're
that he's getting now. Right.
I also think, sometimes you got to take 2 steps back to go 5 steps forward. You know what I mean? When, from a fan base perspective, we're all upset that he kept Grinch too long and some of that kind of stuff. But keeping Grinch as long as he did, look what we winded up with.
But you're right. I tell people this all the time when they on Twitter complaining. We've been talking about this.
Yep.
They be tripping. Like, we would never have any of these coaches right now if we didn't go through adversity.
Nope.
And they got to look at it from that perspective, man. Right now, USC is primed to be something special next year. I personally think, and we could talk about this, I'm gonna probably do a whole other show about it. I think the same way we absolutely destroying it right now from a coaching standpoint, I think we're gonna do the same thing in the April spring window. I think we're gonna get the best of the best players because of the staff that we have right now, because of the resources right now. The money's always been there, they said, but it wasn't being distributed right.
Yeah. And Jay, I think it could be this thing because we all experienced it on work too, where they want you to do, when you prove you can do more with less, they're going to keep giving you less until something breaks, until it's not working. So I think like that first year and Riley coming in and having success and all that, and you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of it could be too. It's like the organization, that university really didn't see what type of real true situation that USC football was in, right?
You think that hurt him, Chris?
I'm just saying now.
But what I'm asking is, you think that hurt him going 11-3? They figure, well, hey, look, you know,
yeah, he's doing it with
the staff that you got. You know, you don't need anything.
Yeah, you don't need anything else. That's what I'm saying.
I got what you're saying. I got what you're saying.
Now, so now seeing 2 back-to-back years, and he's probably been saying, we need to upgrade this, we need to do this, we need to do this. But they're like, you know, the season you had with that, then the last year, one season, okay, that's just an anomaly that might be looking. Let's see this year. And after 2 back, they're like, okay, we need to get this man what he's asking for, what we promised. We need to go ahead and get this NIL. We need to work on these things.
Yeah.
But
hey, so let me answer this question real quick. David says, he said, Jay, do you own a time machine? You squeeze more things in 24 hours than the Marines. Hey, listen. hey, I'm gonna tell you this, and Christian, you probably know who this guy is, man. His name is Miles Monroe. He was a preacher. He actually died in a plane accident, him and his wife. I
definitely know Miles Monroe.
Yeah, I absolutely. Yeah, he got a book called Kingdom Principles, but he has a phenomenal quote, man, that I kind of live by, man. And he says, the graveyard is the richest place on the face of the earth. He says, because there were books that weren't written. There was untapped potential that never came out. There was things that people never had an opportunity to do. And as a result, you know, they died with them. So I said to myself, man, I said, and this is real talk to your point. I said that I want to be able to release not only to my kids, but I want to release whatever I have in me and deposit it. You know, the Lord gave me this platform. So, hey, it's no time for sleep. The only thing that sleep is good for is the pillow. I don't have time for it. So look, man, hey, I try to get it popping. So that's a long answer for you. So Phil, go ahead, Chris.
And one more thing, you know, Lincoln Riley keeps saying that we're only a play away here or a play away there. And, you know, like last year, the defense was more like a bend, don't break. You know, people would get yards, but then they would tighten up near the end zone.
Yeah.
Games that we lost last year was a play here or a play there or a bad call here or a missed field goal there. Now we'll really get to see with even a better defense, front seven, be able to stop the run.
Yeah.
Riley focusing on the offense. Can we now get over the hurdle of that bad play here or that missed call there? Now we're really getting to see him coaching, man.
No doubt. No doubt. B, you had anything you want to say on that?
I agree 100%, man. I agree 100%.
Yeah. So look, man, we've been on here. I got one more call I gotta take, man. Stefan, man, I you still on here, man? Hey, you been quiet, man.
I just been hearing y'all chopping it up, man.
Hey, Stefan, are you lost in the sauce, big dog?
Hey, no. I was over here. I was listening to what y'all was saying.
No,
but man, we gonna be all right and going forward though. I'm gonna let y'all go so you can bring somebody else on. But yeah, hey fellas, fight on.
All right, we about to close it down anyway, man. I appreciate you tapping in. I'm gonna take this other call real quick. Aaron, are you there?
Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to, especially with J-Walk, just phenomenal to see because you're seeing this weekend that's coming, and the emphasis on the Cali kids, but also you just it's a full commitment football. Again.
Right.
Like, especially
Is
with what
it
he's
me
talking
or it
about,
sound like a robot?
Because I feel the same way.
It's kind of it's kind of it's kind of breaking up.
No,
Aaron, it's breaking up just a little bit. Your call there is breaking up a little bit. You coming in and out.
Okay, yeah, I'm on a back road, so that's probably why.
No, you good. You good. You go ahead though. I wanted to hear what you had to say real quick.
Yeah, no, it's just about what Jaywalk was saying, because like I feel it too. Like whenever you see stuff like happening or like you can tell when a school is taking things seriously in a specific form. This is a total commitment to football. This is what's gonna make the other sports have more NIL money, bring more money to the school, and we're actually doing it. Like I mean, we had good teams in the 2010s and stuff like that, but after the sanctions, but there was no commitment like hey, we're going
right. Yeah.
Don't take on like that. You can't say like since he's been here like vision about where he wants it to go. Now, granted, on the field, it hasn't always replicated his vision, and I would expect with the coaching, like we should be holding people to like 17, 10 points every game. But
next year,
when you see this kind of commitment, like even next year, I'm saying next year, it's kind of a mixed bag because especially with the offensive line, you still got to get decent quarterback play, but we got a manageable schedule, so it should be fine. At most 3 losses, at most. But
yeah, I agree with you on that.
Excellence.
I definitely agree with you on that. Yeah.
Even forward,
man,
the school is still committed. Like you just see that.
Yeah. So thank God, man, you were breaking up so bad. I couldn't even, it was just coming in and out, man. I know you were making some great points. I could kind of hear it. It was real choppy, man.
Gotcha.
I can't even, yeah. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just saying quiet, cut you off.
Okay. Well, Aaron, I definitely appreciate you coming in, man. And I agree with all your points, man. I agree with all your points. I think we recommitted to this thing, and I think we're gonna move and grow.
It looks like you lost him.
Yeah, I think he's gone.
Hey, Jay, I think he made a great point too. He was talking about the university being serious about all the sports. Look what they're doing with the facilities for the baseball team, the football team. You got Gilbert Arenas' 5-star son just committing to the basketball team.
Hey, You got
the women's team with Juju and them 19-1 or whatever their record is. Like USC is going. I mean, I think the volleyball team won a championship last year. Like
they won it like 2 years in a row, I think.
Yeah. Isn't it 4 years in a row?
Yeah, I said 2 years. Yeah, they run it. Yeah.
So, and I think the women's soccer team is doing it too. So, from a whole school collective, all the sports look like they're, coming up and doing the right thing. So,
absolutely, fellas. Anything you guys want to say on that before we get up out of here?
No, my man, I'm good. I appreciate you having me up, Jay.
Hey, yeah,
good to see you, Leon. Good to see you, Christian.
Absolutely, it's all good, man. Hey, look for some videos, man. I'm gonna have them things pumping out this weekend, man. I believe we're gonna have some commitments coming, man, for real.
Hey, man, hopefully we got some flips too. There's a couple people that's visiting that's already committed. One to say, hey, let's go on and get their recruits like they be trying to get off.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, we got the staff now to do it, man. Look, let's pull it all out, man. I think AJ Tuatelli, I just saw before I came on. Matter of fact, he was bumped up to a 4-star. You guys saw that?
Yeah.
He was bumped up.
That's the linebacker, right?
Yeah.
I thought we already had him and Sherman's brother commit.
No, he's crystal ball. He came on. He was actually committed to Washington State and decommitted.
Yeah.
He's out of Las Vegas, Mojave High School, and he came on a visit a couple weeks ago. And then after that, he got crystal ball. Then Texas, ironically, all of a sudden just offered him out of nowhere. I don't know where that came.
Oh,
and
wow.
So, yeah. And so he took a trip there, but I think we got him, man. I just saw something he posted on Instagram before I came on. So I think we straight, man. I think we got him.
And we did pick up Sherman's brother, right? I know he ain't been getting a lot of
yeah, we did.
wide receiver, plug him because he wasn't just a high commit. But
I heard he's fast though. He's a 3-star like kick returning receiver. So he's small, like 159 pounds or something like that, 5'9". But you never know with that athletic background. Who knows what that could turn into. He can grow and develop. We'll see what happens. But the fact that we got him, hey, we're not leaving nothing behind, man. We're taking everything right now. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Well, look, fellas, hey, man.
That's one. Thank you for having me on, man. It's a pleasure sharing the platform with you guys.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'm glad you guys came on. You guys if you guys didn't come on, I'll be talking to myself. You feel me?
And you the only show I get up for, man, to get on. I see you pop up on Twitter. I'm getting on, man. So
absolutely. Hey, well, look, I appreciate you guys, man. Hey, Christian, Brian, we all signing out together, man. Look, until later on, everybody stay blessed. Everybody have a great, great weekend. Fight on, fight on, fight on.
Fight on.
Fight on.